Today is January 12th, and this is Life on the Ladder. Alright folks, so today I will be bringing you a game that I cast just this last Saturday for the DreamHack Open Qualifiers. It's going to be between our pink Zerg player, Shura, aka Scarlett, and our yellow Terran player, aka Semper. Now Scarlett's going to get a nice extractor trick off there. Semper is in Diamond, and obviously Scarlett is a professional level, one of the absolute best foreigners, the best probably in North America. And we're going to see what Semper is able to do against someone on Scarlett's level. Given that Scarlett's win ratio is 92%. Let me just move my microphone closer to my face. I forgot to do that today. We're going to see Semper open up, probably with a Reaper. Reapers are pretty standard. See if he can get any damage done. See how Scarlett handles it. If you're ever wondering how to handle it, Scarlett's definitely going to know. Spawning pool is down. No gases yet. In fact, if I remember this clearly, Scarlett goes gasless into a third. So let's see, yeah. She kind of rocked my world with how she played this. I am myself currently studying the crap out of this because my ZVT is not awful, but not amazing. I could definitely hope to improve greatly. So we see that CC down for Semper. He's going to be a base behind, but he's going to have the window of opportunity to get some aggression done. Semper representing Team Gravity. Let's go see his icon. Team Gravity. Team Gravity's got some good players on it. Big of him to take place. I think like 700 players, more than 700 players, took a role in the DreamHack Open Qualifiers this year. Or rather, I guess, just this DreamHack. There's probably going to be more than one DreamHack this year. As we can see, the Reaper for Semper is making up into Scarlett's base. No gases quite yet. She's dropping that one to take care of it, to make sure the drones stay safe. Queens have not popped at both hatcheries just yet. She's going to spend her first inject, or rather her first 50 energy from that queen on connecting her bases together with creep. That Reaper is not going to make it out because she actually took the time to bring both of those queens down to that base and corner him with the lings and queens, rather than what I usually do, and I'm sure that a lot of Zergs do, which is use one queen to defend your base and just fend off the Reaper. She commits and kills that Reaper, and is able to do so because she is committing to currently 5 queens. So queens spreading creep like crazy right now. This is what the Queen of Blades is not want to say known for, but like, this is what it looks like when you're a really badass Zerg and you're just a step above everybody else. 2 Hellions out on the map for Semper. I think I already said this, but Scarlett's win rate is 92% against Terran right now. So whatever she's doing, you guys definitely want to pay attention to. Queens getting their job done, spreading some creep. Hellions are trying to get into the mineral line right now, but there are a ton of queens. Will he get any drones? There's definitely to be... No! She's going to save literally every single drone is saved there. One is turned into a spore crawler. Most of the time, those are canceled. We'll keep an eye on that real quick. Back home, we see some transferring of structures. A third CC is now on the way. That Spore is going to finish. Another Hellion run by here. Going to pick up 2 drone kills. A third drone kill. But remember, guys, Scarlett right now is just droning. She's got a Roach Warren down. Looks like that's back in the natural. There it is. The lair is on the way. A lot of the replays I've been casting have had Neuro's ZVT involving a double evolutionary chamber. And that's really interesting. but it looks like she's going to take a different approach. 5 queens out on the map, 2 for spreading creep. Spore crawlers placed the front. None at the back so far. Looks like 1 is being made right now over in the main. The layer is complete. Roach is now on the field. A Liberator swinging on by. She does have a nicely placed spore that will stop, I believe, just about that area. No, shorter than that. This area. I'm guessing it's about it. It might be a little bit larger. I'm guessing it's around that though. Liberator coming in for. We have Liberator range. Yeah, Liberator range is coming in. That is just oh so very powerful. So we're gonna have a really awesome opportunity to see how Scarlett is dealing with this ridiculous extra range the Liberators get. Boom. First drone is down. Second drone is down. Spore is repositioned. How far can a Spore shoot? Not that far. I'm thinking like if it was in this range, like I just said earlier. There you go. That's how big the Spore's range is. Back at home, we see the 3rd CC is now in orbital. We have a couple tanks set up. A Liberator on the ramp in case of a Baneling bust or some kind of Roach run-in. The defense here, very, very solid. Both tanks aimed at the ramp. Liberator moves up just a tiny bit. Back home, no mercy macro. Scarlett taking her 4th base, continuing to spread creep across the map. And at 6 minutes and 30 seconds, she is closing in on that halfway across the map mark. Probably about a minute away from that. The 3rd base is not saturated right now. Looks like the Liberator kind of scared away some drones. Current drone count is 75 to 54 SCVs. Where are the drones? The drones are actually long distance mining in order to not have to deal with this Liberator. So some really successful zoning from this Liberator back here. He is keeping tons and tons of drones from being involved in the fight. This 3rd CC is now saturated. Defenses are up. But in the meantime, Scarlett's already fully saturated her 4th base. Mind you, that 3rd is also not mining. Just gas right now. I'm sure the queens that were once purely dedicated to creep will soon be dedicated to injecting at this base. You can see something, and I think this is very important, guys. Make sure you're spreading your creep up onto this kind of ridge. This ridge overlooks your mineral line, and if siege tanks are dropped there, or hell, if there's a decent kind of marine or hellion, they can pick stuff off from up there. 6 mutas are out on the map. So right now the composition is Roach, Ravager, Muta. Mutas almost seem like they're hunting that Liberator. Gonna pick off this Marine. Down, Marine. And here she sees him move out. So Semper has been spotted. Scarlett is aware of the move out. Semper is stimming forward to clear up some creep. Does not want to waste that scan. Marine's getting a little bit of damage done. More scans spent on clearing the creep. And guys, remember a big deal is the fact that taking the time to clear the creep not only gives you the time to prepare, but it also just slows down their attack in general. You can make more units. You can think about how you want to take care of it for a longer period of time. Or they have to engage you on creep, which is never good. So here we see our tanks in medevacs, our Marines on the ground. Upgrades are now 1-1 for both players. Supplies sitting slightly above for Scarlett, 174 to 140. Roach, Ravager, Muta, guys. This would not have occurred to me. The tanks are sieged up. They'll be picked back up into the medevacs once the creep is cleared. Scarlett establishing her 5th base. Semper is still on 3. I don't know where there's his 4th CC. So his 4th CC is in the way, but he's nowhere near a 5th. +2 weapons on the way for Semper, +2 on the way for Scarlett. The Ravengers are being used to zone everything out, keep everything back. Scarlett not engaging, pulling back. Now she has infestors. She can lock down the units and then use a Ravager's Corrosive Vial on top of them. This is what I was talking about. She has vision, though, of that high ground because of the creep. Here come the mutas from behind. The fungals on the Marines. Corrosive Vial on the Marines. The entire Marine force is going to fall. Now we just have Liberators and the backup Marines and the tanks sieged behind. The mutas swinging in from the top. Really nice Corrosive Vials landing on the Marines again. And here comes the Zerg's swarm pushing through our Terran player. Liberator still sieged up, gonna go down to some mutas. The Zerg army in pursuit is gonna take out with the remaining forces. Marines and tanks doing a decent job holding off. It looks like those units are going to fall. Not gonna be cleaned up. Scarlett back at home has an Ultraless Cavern on the way, guys. And this is the thing with Zerg. Ultras are so good in LOTV. They're so freaking good in Legacy of the Void. You need, as a Zerg, once you get towards Hive Tech, to make sure you drop an Ultraless Cavern. They're so good. 3 Ravengers still on the map. Lots of Roaches. A couple Infestors. That pack of mutas has not gone down. I think we lost 1 muta. More Ravengers being created. Semper loads his Marines up, tries to run from the mutas, manages to get away, but it looks like these Roaches are still in hot pursuit. Hot! Super hot fire. Super hot fire pursuit. Roach is doing a decent job. They need some backup. The mutas that have been around all game fly in. Will they get away from the mutas? Most likely not. I'm going to say no. Yeah, no. Mutas are going to catch that medevac, pick up the Marines. No mutas are going to fall there, which means they will regenerate their health. Big engagement in the middle. Roaches and Ravagers pushing in through the front. Fungals used to hold everything in place. A really nice concave overall. The entire Terran army falls. And the Corrosive Vials here are being used to knock off the SCVs. Remember that, guys. If you're trying to take down a planetary, rather than going for the DPS on the planetary, you can use the Corrosive Vial to knock down workers that are repairing it. It's really efficient. Supplies are now 93 to 174. Semper is going to have a really hard time ever hoping to get back into this game. Maybe a Dune drop. Maybe a nuke of some kind, but right now we see a drop, trying to do some damage. Semper in the back of Scarlett's base, hoping with everything that's inside of his Terran body that he can get some damage done. Ultras are now out on the map. Broodlords are going to be a possibility in around 2 or 3 minutes. You have that Greater Spire being morphed in. 8 more Roaches, 2 more Infestors, 4 more Ravagers being morphed. And Scarlett's going to stick with this Roach, Ravager, now Ultra composition. Uses the mutas as kind of like a flank. You know, she can go around from this angle to that angle, pick off this, pick off that. They're the anti-air. They're the snipers, if you want to say. And here comes the last big engagement. Ultras are going to be in front. They're the tanks. Ravagers and Roaches are the secondary units. Behind them, the Infestors for Fungals. Possibly some infested Terrans to be thrown down here. That snipe on the Infestor was really cool. Planetary Fortress mass repair. Fungals are going to go down on the SCVs to hold them in place, stop them. The Corrosive Vial knocks down the rest of the SCVs. Now we're dealing with Marines on Ravengers. And it looks like Scarlett's going to get pushed back again. Semper has done an absolutely magnificent job this game playing against a professional level Zerg player. Semper, oh so very impressive, definitely representing Team Gravity to a very high level. Making them look fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. And you gotta remember, guys, this creep spread has been knocked back something like 4 or 5 times. So it is absolutely huge that Scarlett has continued to remember to respread the creep. Continue to move it across the map. Just does not give up. Scarlett back to 144 supply, 113 supply for Semper. A couple changelings coming in to check everything out. Marines are moving out to continue to knock out creep. It is absolutely essential as a Terran player that you do not let the Zerg cover the entire map and creep. In such a scenario, you are going to have a damned hard time finding a good engagement that the Zerg hasn't pre-predicted and set you up for. A nice sensor tower for like a prior warning to let Semper know when Scarlett is coming. We see this medevac swinging around. It's going to head for a drop. Where's your drop happening? Look, he's rallied here. And then he's going to swing in right here. These infestors are really hoping to catch a fungal, and they do! The corruptors fly in, infested Terrans to defend, and that is a perfect defense against the drop. Nearly perfect. Nearly perfect. Nice drop on this side of the map, clearing up some creep. They're going to sprint in towards the 6th or 7th base. I think that's the 6th base. Pushed away by some Roach Ravager Corruptor. Out on the map, we see 5 more infestors in production. Plus 3 armor for our Terran player. Another starport to help deal with Corruptors. Possibly to help the production of medevacs. The Terran army, I'm telling you guys, Semper is resilient. A resilient freaking Terran. Muling the hell out of this 5th base. Still sticking in this game. Staying up in that supply. 160 to 192. Scarlett has spent her whole bank. The last time I cast Scarlett was in the WCS Open Qualifiers, and she trolloled all over this guy named tearing it up. She made him look a little sillier than anyone would want to. Just massive amounts of banelings. In one game, she actually reduced herself to, I think it was like down by 20% handicap, and then just like lulled him with banelings. Tons of infestors, Roach Ravager infestor, Broodlords in the mix now. Lots of Broodlords in the mix, actually. They're coming in from all angles. And it looks like Semper is going to be his last stand. Here come the infestors. Here come the Ravagers. Broodlords now leading with their Broodlings in the front. The tanking is now being done by Broodlings, which is really interesting. Roaches, Ravagers, infestors following up behind. The infestors are being microed really, really well. All of the fungals are gone, though. Vikings are now out on the field. Some corrosive biles land nicely on those Vikings. One of them does go down. There's not much anti-air left here. Just a couple infested Terrans. These infestors are very much vulnerable right now. So are the Broodlords. The army for Scarlett here, kind of flimsy, but Semper is now out of units. His production is going to be 8 Marines and 3 Vikings at a time, but it's going to be nowhere near matching the massive production of Scarlett. A couple infested Terrans would help to defend these Broodlords as they try to get away. There's our infested Terrans. They're going to help clean up the air. Scarlett showing no fear of air units, even though she's got almost nothing in the way of anti-air. Just a couple Corruptors now. Here comes the anti-air. She's like, alright, I'm done. I'm done fighting you in the air. Corruptor, Broodlord, Infestor. This is like straight up old school style. All we need is like some swarm hosts below those. The Ravagers are in a pack somewhere. Where'd my Ravagers go? There we are. Roach and Ravager coming in from the side to rejoin this Zerg death ball. And this is going to be by no means 1A, guys. This is not... It looks like 1A because of the Broodlords. It looks like 1A because of the Roaches. It looks like 1A because of the Corruptors here. But that's not the case. We do have another really intelligent drop. One Muta kind of sitting perfectly. Muta picks it up, sees what's happening. Damage is starting to be done. That drop is stopped, but the Marines are trying to get some damage done on the drones, suicide mission style. A large portion of her army is pulled back to defend this, so Semper staying in the game one drop at a time, keeping the supply difference really not that, like it's been the same. It's been 40 for the last 5 to 10 minutes. Clearing creep again. Might even catch the queen who's been doing the deed. The queen should get a purple heart. I don't know anything about metals, so I hope that's the right one. More broodlords being morphed in. Broodlords right now defending against this creep spreading bonanza. Scarlett playing very, very, very safely. Another base being attempted to taken. Semper's gonna go for a 6th base. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5. His 5th base. But you can see Scarlett down here is mining from her 6th base. His 7th. Definitely 7th. Doing a really good job staying in this game. The massive army here from Scarlett is now on the high ground. Going to be really hard to take on this army. The Vikings, if they get too close, will get fungled. You see that first fungal go down. Infested Terrans tossed over the ridge. Broodlings are going to come in. Marines trying to sprint in. And this is all going to come down to the fungals. Scarlett is really banking on some really good fungals. Semper banking on her not getting really good fungals. He's going to spread out. Tons of infested Terrans are launched. The infestors are pretty much out of energy. Marines now using the DPS to knock down as many infested Terrans, as many corruptors as possible. But the broodlings taking out the tanks are going to force the Marines back. The base is gone. The defense on these other bases is literally nothing. She can go in and knock these bases down with impunity. We see the little bit of bio that's left on the map for Semper, trying to hold ground, trying to keep the mineral lines as safe as possible. He is as equally positioned in between his main entire production base. Look at this drop. I missed this drop almost. It took out the entire base. It is focusing down infestors, which is really good. Roach is trying to clean it up. Another infestor going down. Semper microing his little heart out. But the army is just not going to cut it. Army supply is sitting 133 to 80. Now 91. There's definitely some bio in the mix. Vikings against corruptors, guys. A massive amount of corruptors. Infestors going over the big fungals. Big fungals all over the Marines. The bio's going down. Corruptors doing great damage in the air. Broodlords doing their job. And the last group of Marines runs in. GG is called. And Scarlett eventually whittles Semper down. Now it's usually here. I'm going to switch back to my stupid face. It's usually here that we would move on to end the video. But because this was a best of 3, I'm going to show you guys the second game here. And now. Just going to load it up real quick and we'll get right into it. This one's going to be on Orbital Shipyard. Congratulations to our player Semper for doing such a good job in the first game. But here we are on Orbital Shipyard, our pink Zerg Scarlett, our yellow Terran Semper. My natural instinct was to speed up past the beginning. Yeah, there's that extractor trick again. Scarlett favoring the extractor trick. Looks like she goes to 14 supply, drops an Overlord, does a single extractor trick. I did the double, it's probably not as good. Let's see where her scout paths. Scout path leads up this way. If you guys want to take a second and look at my mouse in the bottom left hand screen. So she scouts this entire path and then she scouts up. That might be a weird part of the video to watch, but really important. That's the way she's scouting for barracks. That's where she thinks that any kind of proxy is going down. And it always ends up back by the third base where she can kind of check on how fast Semper is going to go for his third command center. But Semper is not playing around this game, my friends. This is a 2 Rex, which means we're going to see double Reaper. Double Reaper production is really dangerous, especially with the grenades. Players have done a really good job thus far in Legacy of the Void. No 3 Rex or Riot. Scarlett, always the comedian. It's not a 3 Rex, Scarlett, it's a 2 Rex. Banter back and forth. I would love, like, admit it, guys, like, part of you is like, oh, bantering with Scarlett, that'd be so much fun. Double reproduction. Where's that next Reaper? Let's see it. It's gonna need to have enough gas. There we go. 2 reproduction at a time. And the key here is the grenades. I was going to say mines, but they're grenades. You throw the grenades, you can blow up queens, you can definitely take care of lings. Even a decent amount of roaches can be taken care of with the grenades. First Reaper arrives. I want to check something real quick. These barracks, if you're a Terran, guys, I want you to notice that they're both rallied to that Reaper. He is sending all of his Reapers to this Reaper. So that they're never... He wants to bunch them up. They do more damage. They're able to stay alive more thoroughly if they're all freaking together. So rally all your Reapers to that Reaper. You don't want to lose any. You don't want any to go to a negative area where they're not useful. The hurt Reaper is microed all the way back because he's down to 1 hit. He's going to be up towards 2 hits around now. But that's still not enough. Combat drugs kicking in. 2 queens currently out on the field, joined very shortly by a 3rd queen. Those grenades still doing damage. Now both queens down to half health, 1 down to 25% health. The 3rd queen taking charge of tanking. Still Reaper production coming in. Another, oh my god, he's going double CC behind this. Which is kind of like he's saying, I'm not sure if this is going to hold, but if it does, I need to be able to macro out of it. 1 queen is going to go down. And Semper's build choice here is not so bad. That 1 queen is down to maybe like 2 grenade hits, 4 shots with the Reaper's gun. The Reaper's going to pop up onto the high ground, come in and get some drone kills here. 1 drone go down, 2 drones go down, 3 drones, 4. Where are those grenades at? There they are. Transfuses keep the queens alive and ticking. No Reapers have died yet. Semper doing an outstanding job keeping Scarlett on her toes. She's droning though. 2 more queens in production. Gonna go up to 7 queens. If she survives this, it's gonna be very easy to spread creep. Lings nicely spread on top of the ramp. The queens trying to make their way down the ramp, but the grenades are like not letting them. He may actually take down a hatchery with just Reapers. First Reaper of the day dies a very sad and lonely death. Queens at the bottom of the ramp getting slammed by grenades. Back home we see Marine production, Stim, a starport on the way, an orbital on the way, a reactor probably on a factory. Yeah, there it is. Semper trying to come back from a semi-successful attack. 43 drones to 39 SCVs. He's got mules. He's got triple mule at that. Advantage right now, equal. Not super equal, but equal. Whatever that means, right? It's either equal or it's not equal, right? It can't be both. Roaches are on the field. Double Evo down for Scarlett. Lair is now just now getting started. We still have, I think it's 6 queens. No, we're still at 7 queens. So 3 queens to inject, 4 queens to spread creep. These 2 over here are making their way down toward that 4th base. Make sure you get this started nice and early, guys. You don't want to take this base as your 4th base. This is oh so very vulnerable. Scarlett just getting her macro going, recovering from that attack. Semper doing his macro thing back home, adding on some production, some eBays, doing that double upgrade action. Both players got the double upgrades going. Semper with the double bunker up defense here. He's a little bit blind, so he's got 3 SCVs there to just repair, I guess. This siege tank in the back is not sieged yet. That's kind of unusual in Legacy of the Void because you can move them around, so we're going to see that sieged up. Creep spread's going to be outstanding this game. We got 4 queens doing it. Reaper's coming in to check in for that 4th base. See the timing of it. Maybe pick off some drones in this spot. Grenades are going to go down first. No grenades. There they are. 2 drones go down. 3 drones go down. I think there was 4. Yeah. Still 1 Reaper back there, so he's going to pick up 5 and 6 drone kills. And this game is looking up for Semper. Scarlett getting aggressive against those rocks. She's going to knock those down, make her way through to that 4th base. Back home, we have a Marine move out. He's going to put some pressure on that 4th base before any kind of static defense, before she can drone it up. Here come the Marines. The Marines moving in from the north. Straight DPS on the hatchery. No such luck. He's going to move over here. He's going to drop his Marines and do some healing. Some soul healing. 2-2 on the way for both players right now. Hive in production. Same type of play coming out of Scarlett. A little bit delayed because of the massive attacks. Marines and medevacs all around the map right now. 2 here. 3 here. Moving in forces. Two-pronged attack. Two-pronged attack coming in for Semper. He's going to stim and kill these overlords. He's all about the overlord killing right now. On the other side of the map, we might see the same thing. Yeah, look at that. It's actually going to be what might be 4 overlord kills. No, just 2. 2 on both sides, so that's 400 minerals. More than a single hatchery. 4th base being established by Semper. Semper wasting no time. Cleaning up creep. Heading into the 3rd base. The 3rd base already at about 60% health. Is going to face the wrath of these Marines. He's focusing the hatchery. He wants it to knock it down. Oh my god! He drops the Marines because he wants to kill it. He's like, alright, I got this. And now Scarlett is in, I don't want to say a desperate position, but she's in a bad position, that's for sure. Down to 3 bases against a 4-base Terran. Supply's still in Scarlett's favor. She might be looking to go ahead and attack. Get some equal the damage up here. She might be used to getting this serious defense power going, but no such luck this game. Semper is all about the aggression. If he's not Masters now, he will be soon. If you can do this to Scarlett, you can do anything. It's a lot of roaches. A decent number of infestors all out on the map. See two Marines watching out there. They could be stimmed. They might actually be able to take out a single infestor. And not before they were fungled, that's for sure. Marine's gonna die senselessly. Their lives are forfeit. Here comes another big attack from Semper in the east side of the map. He's heading down from the north. Tanks are sieged up in a pretty decent position. Pre-splitting those Marines all around his tanks. More creeps being... Comes the engagement, guys. Scarlett swinging in from all sides, clearing tanks, dropping corrosive files. We're down to just Marines. And Semper dropping in supply now, 148 to 180. Scarlett looking great. The army is stopped. He does not want to attack any further in. Going for drone kills. Marines doing a good job keeping the enemy across the map. And here comes the counter from Scarlett. Scarlett, unhappy with how much damage she has taken so far this game, needs to defend that 5th base. Really nice stutter step. No fungals are going to land on me today. Hatchery goes down. And the drop gets away again. Scarlett is going to have to do damage. She needs to catch up in the macro game. Your army supply still got to be a lot higher, though. 108 to 64. The units killed. Army supply. 116 to 74. There we go. Scarlett getting ready. Send some changelings in. These changelings are in the mix, but they're not going in. Here comes Scarlett, forcing her way up the ramp. Fungals go down, an EMP on the infestors, corrosive bile on the tanks, and the army of Scarlett forcibly coming into the base, leaving nothing. No planetary is here to help. The corrosive biles landing really, really nicely on everything. Ultras to back everything up. A couple more corrosive biles on these Marines. The ghosts almost going nicely picked up. She now takes control of the 3rd base via brute force. Look at this Ultra. This Ultra is able to hit both supply depots and the barracks with the glaives. Breaks on into the main base and takes on the army solo. Not good, he's dead. Corrosive Biles and all the DPS focus on the command center. Takes down the 3rd. Roach is now in front. Ravengers behind them. Infestors picking up the slack. GG is called, and that's going to be it. That is our Scarlett vs. Semper best of 3. Hope you guys learned something. I think that needs a lot of analysis, and at the same time not, because we went over 2 games where she did basically the same stuff. So remember, if you're a Zerg, we have roaches and infestors and fungals and corrosive biles and eventually Brewlord Corruptor and ultras to tank in front. And you don't need many ultras, and you don't need to get, I don't think I saw her get the +1 upgrades almost at all for melee. Sit back, spread creep, play defensively, stop any attacks that come at you. As a Terran player, drop like crazy. Alright guys, have a good night. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and follow me on Twitter at IamSilvertone, or just drop
at 86 supply to Ritai's 82 supply. Now as a Zerg, you really never want to be on equal bases or equal supply with your opponent. You are the swarm, you want to have more, you want your economy to be stronger, you want your units to be more plentiful. But today is not that day, as Gently is keeping up and macroing very well, playing very safe, setting up a powerful Sim City. You see a photon cannon go down by the side of that base, and nice positioning on that. I like this choke he's created here. I'm pretty sure he can get any units he needs down that ramp. Double Robo. I'm gonna get Disruptor. I'm gonna look. No, it's Colossus. He's making a Warp Prism and Colossus.